Hey guys, Drifter here. I've got a fun gameplay for you today. I'm playing Hardcore Kill Confirmed on Hijacked, which is way far and away from what I normally play, and I'm doing this for a reason. Also using my RoboCop class here with the B23R. For those of you that aren't entirely familiar with Hardcore mode, I'll give you a quick and dirty rundown. You have 30 health instead of your normal 100 health, so most weapons in the game will kill you in one shot, or if you're super far away, sometimes 2 shots, but never 3. Everything always kills you in 1 to 2 shots, usually 1 shot, and you also don't get health regeneration. So if you are fortunate enough to enter into a gunfight and come out not dead, or you got shot and didn't die for that matter, you're absolutely going to die on the next shot, the next Simtex, the next concussion, the next slight fall is going to kill you. You have almost no health. You'll be in that red jelly screen almost constantly. You also get no HUD, no time limit, no score, no ammo count, no indicator, no nothing, and you only get the UAV or the radar on the upper left hand corner of the screen when you have a UAV or orbital VSAT or something like that. Because of this, the UAVs are kind of god in this game, and you would think that because somebody has to earn that, typically by not playing the objective and just killing people, because if you play the objective in this mode you get killed a lot because people like to camp the tags and camp the objectives, that nobody would bother with stealth, that you would just see a lot of people running loud and fast classes. But it's not the case, because the UAV is so powerful in this that it's kind of like god mode, and people will still run ghost in this mode to avoid getting on the UAV, and they run silencers in this not to stay off the UAV like in normal. They run silencers so that you can't hear them shooting, and that's why I'm using a silencer on my B23R. It's because this game mode is not as chaotic as normal. There's not as much shooting. It doesn't take as many shots to kill, so you'll usually hear people shooting in very short bursts, very controlled bursts. They're not spamming, they're not wasting their bullets, but when it's loud and you can hear it, you can bet your ass that everybody else can, and they're going to start swarming that direction because they know where you are and they are coming for you. I run a silencer so that when I shoot, the only people that can hear it are the ones very close to me, and that's usually the people that I'm shooting, and it prevents me from being hunted. It's also very common for people to camp in this game mode, or for hardcore in general, except Kill Confirm is probably the most aggressive of the hardcore modes. Now let's move on to my RoboCop class here. I'm using the B23R with a suppressor, and it looks a lot like RoboCop's gun, but it's not silenced. As a matter of fact, this is RoboCop's gun. Unless I'm mistaken, he shoots a very tricked out, like B20, what is it? I think it's a 23R Raffica. I forget what it is in real life, but that's what he shoots, except he has a compensator on it except for instead of a suppressor. But the suppressors in this game look more like compensators. And the reason I chose this is because it has the longest one-shot kill range of any of the pistols. The 5.7 is a close second, one-shot kill for hardcore, mind you. And even in the range where they are very far away, it's a 2-shot kill, but it's a 3-shot burst. So I have more than enough firepower to kill anybody in one burst, be it close or far away, and it's accurate. I can shoot it quickly, has a lot of bullets, and it looks like RoboCop's gun, which is very cool. A lot of people choose guns based on looks, and it's not a very sound tactic numbers-wise, but if it floats your boat, if it makes you feel comfortable, if it makes you think you can do good with it, you know, not such a bad idea, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. I wouldn't play this normally. Hardcore kind of turns your classes in on themselves. Things that would normally be bad, like the Peacekeeper or the M27 or the Chi-Com, are amazing in hardcore because of the low health and very easy killing. The perks that I'm running are also somewhat different than normal. I'm running Lightweight and Ghost, which would be common on a class like this, Ghost, so that when the UAV does come up, I don't get shot. But instead of running Toughness, I'm running Cold-Blooded. Toughness is pretty much worthless in hardcore, because when you're in a gunfight, you're going to die almost instantly. You don't have time to flinch, you don't have time to correct your aim. Usually, if you don't get the first shot off, you are just completely and totally dead. Still running Dexterity. I believe I'm running a grenade and a flashbang just to keep me out of trouble. Maybe a concussion, I can't quite remember. But I end up doing really well with this class, or much better in the beginning than I do later on in the game. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to change up the way I play Call of Duty. I'm getting a little bored with it, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I've played the absolute devil out of Black Ops 2. I have investigated everything for in-depth. I have mastered every gun just about. There's still some I don't like, but I'm capable of using them. This is the first Call of Duty game I've ever actually hit Prestige Master on. Most of them I don't bother with prestiging because there's not much reward in it, but this one I just went on ahead and went all the way through, and I am a Prestige Master in Black Ops 2. I've also been playing a lot of League of Legends. I don't post that as much because it's not as popular on the channel, but I do occasionally. But I managed to hit level 30 in League of Legends, which is kind of top tier there. I haven't got into ranked yet because that's just way too hardcore for me. So I'm kind of running out of new things, getting a little bit bored with my games. I'm kind of waiting for Ghost, excited to play Ghost, but that's still a ways off. So I decided, maybe I should try some of these other modes. Maybe I should just kind of change things up, because the game has more modes than I'll ever really get to try, and more modes than I could ever really hope to master. And I only play a few of them. A lot of other gamers are like this. A lot of people have one mode they play a lot. That, for me, that would be Domination. And a couple of other modes they toy with, me being Hardpoint and League Play. League Play is really fun. It kind of forces you to play a couple different modes, but it doesn't matter because you're going against all tryhards. And in League Play, that's a good thing. I mean, you go to League Play to play against the tryhards to really challenge yourself. So it's kind of a game mode on its own. But I don't bother with much else, and I normally avoid Search and Destroy because I had a roommate a while back. He played hardcore only, almost, and he really liked hardcore Search and Destroy. And about once a month, he'd convince me to play hardcore Search and Destroy with him, and this was with older Call of Duty games. Inevitably, I would get spawn tubed right in the beginning and then get to watch everybody else play, which was not fun at all. Had a terrible time with it. So I more or less avoided hardcore after that in every single game. Even in Black Ops, I would get spawn tubed or spawn hawked or something. Very frustrating. This one I'm doing better at. I have fun here in Hardcore Kill Confirmed because it's not as campy, and this helps me break up the cycle of COD. And for those of you that aren't familiar, the cycle of COD is about this time of the year, every year, you start seeing more people making complaining videos, posts on forums and things like that about why this game is the worst game ever made, about why Black Ops 2 is the end of the Call of Duty franchise, and that it's going downhill from this point, and that the developers are all stupid, and that this is the worst POS ever made, and that they're all suckers for buying it. And MW3 was the best Call of Duty. MW3 was awesome. Everything about it was great. It didn't have any problems. The developers were awesome. But the same thing happened last time. Black Ops was great. MW3 was awful. And then you had like Modern Warfare 2 was the best game ever. Black Ops 1 is terrible. I want to see MW3. And it just goes on and on and on. That guy shot me because I flashed him. You also have team damage on in hardcore, and he thought I was an enemy coming around the corner. So, you also forgot to Cold-Blooded keeps your red name from popping up. I don't think you get that in hardcore anyway, but it keeps me off target finders and dual bans and stuff like that, so you do see some of that. So doing this will help you break up the cycle of Call of Duty a little bit. Playing new game types allows you to kind of see aspects of the game that you wouldn't normally see, that you wouldn't normally get to play, and that's the way to break up the main cycle. Just do things you wouldn't normally do. If you play hardcore a lot, you should try playing out the core modes. It'll feel more like an arcade game to you, but you'll probably enjoy it. There I'm hogging the feed with my B23R, getting hunter killers and everything. If you only play Team Deathmatch, and I know that's most of you, because when I look at the list, Team Deathmatch probably has about 75% of the people in it at any given time, you should try an objective mode. I think objectives are more fun than Team Deathmatch, but a lot of people only do Team Deathmatch. Or if you're an objective guy, you should maybe move over and try to do a little Team Deathmatch. It's going to be harder, you can't kill people as easy, because instead of them fooling with the objective is to make you dead, so they're going to be hunting you. Kill Confirmed is a nice, middle ground between the two. You have to kill people, but you also have to get the tags. Although the downside to Kill Confirmed is that and Demolition is usually where the highest score streak people are going, the ones that really want to get the triple swarm or the 100-0 game, because they'll go in there and kill a bunch of people and not pick up the tags. One of the other things that you can do here, and it depends on the person, it depends on the game mode and the guns and what they're doing exactly, but playing a game mode that you're not used to. See that guy with the noob tube? I think I'm going to pick up his gun and try and counter noob tube them, but they made it in Black Ops 2 where when you scavenge weapons, they're out of tubes. That it can make you better at what you were previously playing. Here in hardcore, I learned that the first shot is absolutely the most important, and I'm not showing you the games I played earlier and did bad. I tried to do the thing where I would start shooting and kind of sidestep into the enemy and hope that the auto aim would suck it in. That's kind of how you do in core mode, but here you really have to aim, put the target on the head or the body and pull the trigger. You don't get that luxury of shooting and then stepping into your shot because you're already dead by then, and it did improve my aim a little bit. I was a little bit better when I went back to Domination later in the day, and I was able to get my first shots on and kill people. It could actually screw you up a little bit if you play something too crazy, but that's me, that's how I did it, and I had fun doing this. I hope you guys go out of your way to try a new game type, try something a little bit unusual in the Call of Duty spectrum, or whatever game it is that you like. Maybe Battlefield, maybe you'll jump over to hardcore Battlefield. That's kind of tough though, a lot of bushwickies in that. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the gameplay, hope you enjoy the commentary. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.